Dear Taurus, there's a strange static in the air around you. Isn't there a subtle but persistent hum of distraction that you can't quite name? It's not the noise of the outside world. This is something deeper, an inner frequency that feels scattered, pulling your thoughts in 1,000 different directions at once. You find yourself reaching for focus, only to have it dissolve like mist in your grasp. One moment you are here, present, and the next, you are adrift in a sea of daydreams, fragmented plans, and a restless energy that leaves you feeling productive in thought but stagnant in reality. Do not mistake this for a personal failing. This is not a weakness in your character or a flaw in your resolve. This, dear Taurus, is a sacred signal. It is the tremor before the earthquake, the charged silence before the storm of revelation breaks. Your soul is stretching, pushing against the confines of a life, a mindset, a reality it has now outgrown. This scattering of your energy is the old fortress of your stability, beginning to fracture from within, preparing for a monumental shift. The very ground beneath you is preparing to change, and this inner chaos is the first sign that you are finally ready for it. Before we journey deeper into what this means for you, take a sacred pause with me now. I want you to anchor this intention. Go to the comments and affirm this truth by writing, I, Taurus, choose clarity over chaos, and I welcome the truth that sets me free. By declaring this, you are not just watching a video, you are actively participating in your own becoming. You are telling the universe you are ready to listen. Let's speak honestly about this. That feeling of being scattered, that mercury-fueled distraction the old ways might point to, is so much more than a planetary influence. It is the manifestation of a deep, internal conflict. A part of you, the part that has mastered survival through control, is desperately trying to manage everything, every task, every relationship, every possible future outcome. It makes lists, it strategizes, it tries to hold the entire world in its hands. But another part of you, a truer, more ancient part, is crying out for release. It wants to dream, to wander, to feel, to simply be without the relentless pressure to perform, to produce, to maintain. This inner tug-of-war is exhausting you. It's the reason you feel like you're trying to do everything at once, yet accomplishing nothing that truly feeds your spirit. You are standing at a crossroads, not of paths, but of identities. Will you continue to be the master architect of a life that feels safe but confined? Or will you become the explorer of a new world, one that is uncertain, but pulsing with authentic life? The universe is not punishing you with this confusion. It is gifting you with a mandatory pause. It is forcing you to stop, to look at the frantic spinning of your own mind, and to ask the most important question of all. What am I so afraid of losing if I just let go? And as this truth begins to seep in, it touches every corner of your life, starting with the most guarded space of all your heart. There is a ghost at your door. Taurus, a figure from the past, a relationship you thought was laid to rest, is stirring. You may receive a message, an invitation, a sudden reappearance that promises things will be different this time. And 1,000 emotions will rise within you: nostalgia for the good times, the sting of the old wounds, the seductive comfort of the familiar. But you must understand, this is not about them. Their return is not the story. The story is your response. This is a cosmic test, a final examination from the universe asking you, have you learned? Have you truly healed the part of you that settled for this dynamic? Or will you retreat into the ruins of a fortress that once failed to protect you? Before you answer their call, you must answer the call of your own soul. Remember the reasons for the ending. Not the sanitized version you tell yourself, but the raw, honest truth of it. The subtle ways your light was dimmed, the silent compromises you made, the gnawing feeling that this was not the love that would help your garden grow. The old world speaks of second chances. But what if this isn't a second chance, but a final temptation, a lure to pull you back into a past you have spiritually outgrown? A new love, one that meets the person you are becoming, is far more sacred than a resurrected love that honors the person you were. To choose the past is to declare that you do not trust the future. To choose the past is to say that your growth was temporary, and you, Taurus, are no longer willing to betray your own evolution. The wheel of fortune is turning, and it does not turn backward. Let this ghost be a reminder of how far you've come, not a reason to turn back. And for those of you in a partnership, this energy of revelation is also knocking. You feel a pull to connect, to plan, perhaps to dream of a vacation or a future project together. But this is not about escaping into a fantasy. It's about creating a space for a new level of honesty to emerge. The person you are becoming can no longer wear the masks you once wore for the sake of peace. The scattered, restless energy you feel is a sign that you are yearning to be seen, truly seen, in all your glorious, messy, evolving truth. Your partner may be delighted by this new, passionate, and authentic version of you, or they may be unsettled by it. The Tower card looms here, not as a threat, but as a promise of truth. It promises that any foundation not built on authenticity cannot stand. This is your moment to speak your unspoken needs, to share the dreams you've held back, to allow the cracks in the facade to show. A relationship that is meant for your future will not crumble under the weight of your truth. It will transform alongside you, building something stronger, more real, and more resilient than ever before. This is your chance to turn a comfortable partnership into a soul-deep connection. This transformative energy, this demand for truth, now flows directly into the foundations of your security, your work, and your finances. You feel it here, too, don't you? A sense of impending change at your workplace, a tension in the air as supervisors and bosses scramble to adapt to new challenges. The old advice is to keep your head down, avoid the stress, and maybe earn some points by helping out. But we must look deeper. That stress you are being asked to avoid is a symptom of a system, a structure that may no longer be in alignment with your soul's purpose. You are not here merely to be a reliable cog in a machine, especially a machine that runs on anxiety. The King of Pentacles energy within you speaks of building true, lasting value, not just enduring. This is a time to observe, not just to obey. Watch how leadership handles pressure. Watch where the cracks in the company's foundation appear. Is this a place where your steadfast, authentic nature can truly thrive and build? Or is it a place that demands you shrink yourself to fit into a box of stress and uncertainty? Your focus should not be on earning points, but on honoring your own energy. If you are feeling pulled to dream, to scheme, to imagine a life where you live off your own ideas that is not an idle daydream, that is the High Priestess, your own intuition, whispering the blueprint of your future. For years, you may have told yourself it wasn't practical, that it was just a fantasy, but the universe is now telling you that the greatest risk is not in pursuing your dream, but in continuing to betray it. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your finances, promising a shift, an unexpected opportunity. But this is not a lottery ticket. Taurus. This is the law of attraction, responding to your inner state. As long as you operate from a place of scattered fear and a need to control, you will attract chaotic and unstable results. The Judgment card is a call to action. Review your past financial decisions. Were they made from a place of fear, of lack, of trying to build a fortress against imagined threats, or were they made from a place of trust, abundance, and a belief in your own worth? You are being asked to build a new financial foundation, one based not on hoarding security, but on embodying it. True prosperity is not a number in a bank account. It is a state of being. It is knowing you are supported. It is trusting that when you align with your true purpose, the resources you need will flow to you. The Sun card promises clarity is coming. The confusion will lift, but you must be brave enough to let the tower fall to release the job, the investment, or the financial belief system that was built on fear. Only then can you build an empire of true, soul-aligned wealth. And where does this deep, internal work manifest physically in your very senses? The old texts speak of caring for your eyesight, of the strain from looking at screens. And yes, on a practical level, this is wise, but let us see the deeper truth. What are you refusing to see? Taurus. What truth about your life, your relationship, your career has been right in front of you, but you have kept your vision blurred with busy work and distraction to avoid facing it? That eye strain is the physical symptom of spiritual exhaustion. You are tired of looking at a reality that doesn't match the vision in your soul. You are tired of focusing on things that do not matter. This is a call to adjust your spiritual vision, to stop staring at the obstacles and start focusing on the horizon, to see yourself not as you have been, but as you are becoming. This call to see clearly extends to your family. You notice someone pulling away, isolating themselves. Your first instinct, born of a lifetime of conditioning, might be to hesitate, to not interfere. But this is not interference. It is a call to break a generational pattern of silence. Their isolation is a mirror. In their withdrawal, you see the reflection of every time you have withdrawn, every time you have suffered in silence, believing you shouldn't be a burden. When you approach them, you are not just offering them help, you are healing yourself. You are reaching out to the part of you that has always felt alone. By offering them the understanding you always craved, you give it to yourself. The King of Pentacles within you is not just a provider of material stability, but a pillar of emotional presence. Be the rock for them that you always needed someone to be for you. Your courage to speak into the silence will not be seen as an intrusion. It will be received as a long-awaited permission slip for them and for you to finally be honest about the struggle. This act of compassion will send ripples of healing through your entire lineage. And so, we arrive at the heart of it all. All of this, the scattered energy, the returning past, the shifting foundations, the call to see and speak the truth, it is all converging. This is the moment where the old cycles are closing. The past is reappearing, not for you to repeat it, but for you to recognize it, honor it, and release it with love. Every mistake you fear repeating is simply a lesson asking to be integrated. The compatibility you seek is not just with other people, it is with yourself. You are finding a sensational stability with the Virgo within you, the part that can now discern and organize your inner world with clarity. You are discovering a fun, solid, and intense connection with the Aquarius within you, the part that is ready to innovate and break free from convention. and you are connecting on a profound, existential level with the Libra within you, the part that seeks balance, not through compromise, but through unwavering authenticity. This is your new life, Taurus. It is not something that is happening to you. It is something that is emerging from you. You are not waiting for the universe to grant you abundance, love, and clarity. You are becoming the very frequency of these things. You are realizing that the life you dreamed of is not just within your reach, it is within your being. Let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of the need to have it all figured out. The most profound wisdom is found not in the answers, but in the courage to live in the question. Trust the unfolding. Trust the collapse. Trust the silence. For in that sacred space, you will not find the chaos you fear. You will find the person you were always meant to be, waiting patiently for you to finally come home. Music swells gently, then fades slightly. This was your reading, your reflection. It is my deepest hope that these words have served as a guide, a confirmation of what your soul already knows. If this message resonated with the truth stirring within you, let me know by clicking the like button. Subscribe and activate the notifications, not just to follow a channel, but to continue this sacred journey with us, day by day. May you walk forward from this moment with the unwavering confidence that you are protected, not by external forces, but by the fierce, loving light of your own authentic soul.